Hey guys, today we're building another witchy style cottage in Glimmerbrook. This cottage is based off of a picture I found on Google. I was having like a really bad creative block when I was trying to build something the other night, and so I googled pictures of cottages and this one caught my eye and I thought it was really cute. So I went with that, and I didn't want to build it identical to it. I just kind of wanted to take inspiration. I mean, it looks really similar, but I went in a little bit of a different direction with it, I guess. And I was trying to make the front windows like a bay window instead of like just a square room that juts out. And I played around with it for a really long time. I had this roof looking ridiculous on it for a while before I realized it was like out of place. But I go in and eventually end up changing it to kind of match the picture anyway. I tried going with the original like white siding on this side of it like it is in the picture, but it didn't look cohesive, I guess. It didn't really match in the game as well as it does like in the real life picture, so I ended up changing that to like darker shingles, and I thought that looked pretty good. I tried to make like that. There's like a basic foundation swatch that I try to use sometimes, and it makes the foundation disappear. It makes it like see-through and like glitched out and weird, and I have no idea why it does that. So I went with a different one, which honestly looks better now that I'm watching this again. But I think it's so weird that it does that. I don't know why. It happens sometimes, not every time. This video is a little bit on the longer side because I left in a lot of my like thought process and my trial and error kind of, which I usually trim out so the videos aren't as long, but I thought I'd leave it a little bit more like raw this time so you guys could see a little bit more of the thought process behind it. Over here I was thinking of making that front piece into like a kind of a greenhouse type of room. And as I was building this, I thought, oh, even better, I'm gonna put like a greenhouse in the back of it. So I went with the style from the picture, and I did like the regular little square jutting out piece. And I left the greenhouse like attachment for later. Centering the window in the front was a little hard because the roof is like slanted in like a weird way, so I had to kind of play around with the placement of that and, you know, different styles of windows and stuff, but ultimately I decided on the little B window. That little crisscross circular window looked really cute too, but the B just gave it like a little bit of character, I thought. I love doing little cottage builds like this. It's definitely something I would like to do more. I think they're like, I don't know, I think they're really cute and really fun to do, as opposed to like my typical style of going for like realism and like rundown houses and stuff. The cottages are like a welcome change from that. So this is where I start doing that greenhouse room, and at first I was gonna go with like a glass roof and add in like the windows from Greenhouse Haven or something like that, but ultimately I decided to just make the roof piece. I didn't know how this was gonna go. I don't even necessarily know how functional this is. I think it's functional. I think Sims can use it. But yeah, I deleted everything I did and I put this roof here, and I realized it didn't have a foundation, and so I kind of like fumbled with like putting a foundation in, and it made the roof disappear, so I had to like start from scratch and put the foundation before the roof. But yeah, I thought this was really cute, and I would absolutely love a greenhouse room like this in real life. Like, I want one of these at my house. I didn't know like what I was gonna do with it at first. I figured I'd put like a little outdoor like dining space or something. But yeah, I like that little bay window that I added to the side of the house. Like, it added that like little splash of blue, like a little bit of color. Yeah, here's me again fumbling with walls and trying things for the first time. I saw somebody in a speed build use that doorway recently and I really liked it, but it didn't really fit in with this build, I don't think, so I went with like a more rustic, like wooden one. What I did actually end up cutting a lot of was, as usual, me trying to figure out a good layout for the house and messing around with some wallpaper swatches and stuff. I usually, like, if you guys notice, I usually go with the same like handful of wallpapers, and I don't know, something about a lot of the wallpapers in this game just don't seem either realistic or cozy. I don't know, like some of them just feel so like cold or just straight up like uncanny and weird. So yeah, I kind of stick to the same handful of wallpapers, I guess. This floor here too, I never use these floor tiles that are like made with like the borders like integrated into them. So I think I actually messed up on the middle two tiles. I did those ones wrong. They were supposed to have like a line that connects the corner ones. So that's an oopsie. I think that's the only like real oopsie I made in the final build. Usually I forget to like add stuff like a mailbox or a trash can in the kitchen. This time I messed up on the floor tiles, and oh, I forgot to add curtains to like the whole house. So you'll have to add curtains if you want them, cause oops. Yeah, so like I fumbled around with the kitchen a whole lot too. Like I couldn't get it laid out the way I wanted it to, and I don't know. So this is kind of a long process that I left in, just so you guys can see kind of the whole thing that goes into these builds. Sometimes they're not very fluid. I was having so much trouble thinking of what to build. Like, not even thinking of what to build. I have a whole list of things that I want to build, but none of it was feeling very like inspiring or like what I wanted to build in that moment. So I sat here for like at least an hour, probably over an hour, trying to think, and like I would start building something and then I would delete it and be like, no, that's not it. That's not what I want to do. Until I finally took a break from the computer, walked away, had a snack, and came back, and this is what came out of it. Yeah, this almost feels like ridiculous to leave in, but I figured I would. It's just more of a raw uncut a little bit. All those cabinets just like don't snap together correctly because they're like not meant for that part of the cabinet or shelf or whatever. But yeah, sometimes it's just hard to make things look natural in this game, but you know, it is what it is. I also think that The Sims has like a little bit of an issue with proportions. I know it's something I've mentioned before in my other videos, but things just seem so huge. Like, I feel like in real life this table and chairs like wouldn't be taking up the entire kitchen like it is. It's a really tiny table, but it does, because the chairs are like all pushed out and not like under the table, so everything is just like kind of big. Decorations are big, and couches and coffee tables. Oh my god, coffee tables are gigantic. I hardly ever use them because they're so big. Which reminds me, this house does not have a living room. It's just the kitchen and the bedrooms, and this is more of like a electronic free family, I guess. They're a little bit more rustic and woodsy. I was gonna make this a room for like an infant, or, you know, for like a baby, like a sim with a newborn baby. But I didn't, because then I would have to add like more things that are baby oriented, like, I don't know, a high chair and like all sorts of stuff that I didn't even have space for in the kitchen anymore. So I just went with like a toddler bed. But yeah, this is like for a nice peaceful single mom and her little kid. I didn't have too much of an idea of like what direction to take like the person's profession, like the sim's profession. Sometimes, you know, this is like a witch's cottage, or this is like a musician's apartment, or whatever. At first I thought I would make somebody that's like a witch, or, you know, whatever, more magic oriented, but I took it in a little bit of a different direction, and I just made it more of like a nature loving jeweler's house, I guess. I have like I ended up putting a jeweler's like workstation in the bedroom, where in the mom's bedroom, and like originally I had a desk going in there, but ultimately decided against that. Over here I was trying to kind of replicate that little bed nook that I had with that camper build. But that doesn't end up staying that way because it was a little off, like something about the layout wasn't right. So yeah, I made like a little area for the jewelry stuff. And then I put the bed over to the side, and that just felt a little bit more balanced to me. But yeah, oh my gosh, I was like kind of feeling all over the place when I was building this, like at the start of the build. So I recorded this build in a span of like 2 days. I started it one night when I wasn't feeling very creative and I was a little bit worn out from like stuff I had done all day. But like the second half of the build I did the next day when I was a little bit more rested, and yeah, my brain was just functioning correctly, so it went a little bit more smoothly the next day. Yeah, if you can see, that tile is like not correct, and I did fix it. Like I fixed it because it was like even more incorrect than it is still. It had like a little corner there, so I ended up fixing it to just like the plain like center tiles, and it wasn't supposed to be that. It was supposed to have a line to connect the two corner pieces, but that's okay. Happy little accidents. I totally envy people that can create tiny living spaces and lay them out perfectly, almost with no effort. I've seen a few builders that just do it. You know, they know the exact like orientation and like positioning for the bathrooms and stuff. And I'll be honest with you, I don't play The Sims a ton anymore. I used to play a lot, but now I really just open up the game to build and create stuff, and I don't actually, like, I hardly ever play anymore. And sometimes I feel like playing and I'll end up playing like a little bit of like a rags to riches type of thing, but I really just don't play enough for me to always know exactly how it's going to be functional or not. And I guess I should start like play testing my builds, because I've seen people have concerns about like, oh, is the sim going to be able to use the bathtub and blah blah. So yeah, I'll have to start play testing. Yeah, over here I went back and forth like 1,000 times. I was like focusing on decorating that little table in the hallway, and I kept seeing plants that I wanted to use in the greenhouse area. So I kept like bouncing back and forth. Sorry if that's like dizzying. But yeah, that's what I mean about like being kind of all over the place with it. I was just a little everywhere. My mind wasn't staying focused in one spot at a time. But I did really enjoy doing this build. I think it was really cozy and fun to do it. I like plant stuff in real life, and I like doing builds with lots of plant stuff, you know, like the pots with the dirt and the little like nursery pots and stuff. I just think it's so cute, and it's so, I don't know, I just really like it. I thought that little framed like bug and frog thing was really cute, because the kid that lives here would totally be a kid that likes to catch bugs and frogs and play outside. So that was really like the perfect little center picture to have in their room. Something that I'm really kind of currently obsessed with doing is filling walls up, like a single wall, like an accent wall, filling it up with art and frames and paintings and mirrors and stuff. So I've been spending a lot of time in the wall decor part of the catalog, because I think that just looks so cute, like having a lot going on in a wall like that. I even started doing it in real life. Like, we have 2 walls now in our kitchen that are just full of like little framed like quotes and sayings and I don't know, cute little like chalkboard style stuff, and it looks so cute. I love that. I love adding like a paper grocery bag to all the kitchen counters, and that little note from Strangerville that I just pretend is a shopping list. I love adding that type of stuff because it just makes it feel more alive. Like it feels like your sim just went out and got some groceries, or like there's their list, and I just love doing that. But yeah, I think ultimately I really liked the color scheme that ended up happening in the kitchen. I had absolutely no plan for it to go like this, but it did, and it worked out really well, and I think it looks really cute now. There's like a little bit of like copper or like brass accents, and that sage green. Everything very like muted and still colorful though. Because I do have a habit of sometimes making things not colorful enough. But I do love it when they end up colorful or vibrant. I wish there was a swatch of that, the cereal box and the cans that weren't open. Just like as clutter that nobody opened yet. It's just there, because that's the type of thing I like to put on the fridge, and somebody made CC of it that I actually ended up using a lot in the past, and it was just that exact box and the exact cans, but they weren't open. Because yeah, like you don't have like an open box of, well, maybe an open box of cereal, but not open cans sitting on top of your fridge to eat later, So I'm actually like super proud of the landscaping in this build, because I've been trying to focus on the landscaping a little bit more, and this time I really feel like I nailed it. Like I'm really happy with the way that the landscaping in this house came out. I had no idea what I was gonna do with it, and I actually cut out a whole chunk over here that I spent like just searching for trees and plants and shrubs and stuff that I wanted to put down. So yeah, sorry, I cut that out, but it was super long because I took forever scrolling through like debug stuff. But then I just placed the ones that I wanted and started recording again when I had them all like situated. So yeah, I wanted like lots of little vines growing up the house. I wanted the house to feel like it was just nestled in like lush greenery. So yeah, I took my time a little bit more with this one, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I still don't ever feel like the little like flowers or shrubs around the house itself, I never feel like I can make them look quite like finished and polished. I end up using like some rocks, like a little line of rocks here from I think Horse Ranch, and they look okay, but I guess I wish we had more of like those kinds of rocks, or rocks that are made for this type of stuff a little bit more, because I don't know, I just think that looks really cute. Like that's usually how it is, you have like little rocks around your like mulched area with your plants and stuff. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like sometimes I don't get creative enough with like that type of thing. Some people really are meticulous about it, and they use like some item from debug that they found and make like the perfect little border for their garden. Whatever this little like foliage is that I'm using here, like these little plants, I freaking love them. It's so cute because a lot of the grass that we have in this game isn't it's either like not lush enough, or it just looks weird, and like I don't know, it makes the yard look strange when you try to use the grass. It's like 2D and crisscrossy and weird, but this stuff is really cute and like fluffy. So I really liked using this as like the grass kind of. I love using those like bushes with the pink flowers. Those are like one of my favorite plants in this game. They're so cute. I went through the romantic garden stuff and I chose like the thistle flowers because I thought they'd be cute, like spread out everywhere. And then I noticed those little orange ones, and I ended up like they caught my eye, and I was like, oh, I need to use those, not these thistle ones. So I had to go back and delete like every single thistle that I put there, and I just like sprinkled these little orange ones or yellow. I don't know. The reshade makes them look a certain color. I don't know if they're orange or yellow. But yeah, I sprinkled them around everywhere and they looked so much cuter. I'm like so happy I found these. But yeah, like you see how that little walkway that I put there is? It just looks naked and unfinished without like a border. And I did end up going and using some of those like straight rows of rocks again. And it looks good like that. It's just, I wish there was something that was like more made for that situation, I guess. But those worked out pretty well. I had to stagger them a little bit and like kind of like double layer so they would look less symmetrical and intentional. So yeah, here I am doing that. And I think it actually turned out really good. After I staggered them and stuff and made them look a little bit more like, I don't know, lush, kind of like fuller, it ended up looking really cute and kind of messy, but like the right kind of messy. I added that little like bunny house because I feel like this place just is the type of place that would have little bunnies and stuff living and roaming around. Yeah, and then just added some little like statues and like bird stuff. I've never seen these items actually like during gameplay in live mode. Do birds actually come to the bird feeder and birdhouse and stuff? Because I don't know if that's a thing or not. Like I said, I don't actually like deal with the gameplay as much as I do build. But that would be really cute if birds do come and do that stuff. I know like I saw a little box of bird seed while I was getting the bird feeder. So yeah, let me know if birds actually come, because then I might actually have to play the game so I could see it. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for this build. I hope you guys like it. And yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Bye.